Alright, what's up y'all, LakerFan here. As I was about to title today's video, we're here to talk about the dunk meter problem in NBA 2K23, and that problem is going to be contact dunks versus open dunks. Now, as you can see, this contact dunk right here, small guy gets pulled into it, the meter size, really good. This is very makeable, it's very easy. You could see with this comment meter, this is exactly what it's going to look like. And you can see, it's very makeable, even with the big kind of around. That's a little bit reasonable. I would say the whole big being around should make it a little bit harder, but here's the deal. Look at this now. This is a wide open dunk. Much smaller meter, unbelievably smaller meter. This is unreasonable in my opinion. That's what the whole video is about. Wide open dunks with the dunk meter are harder to make than contact dunks. Now, debatably, there are some contact dunks where you get like a 7'3" down there in the paint or something like that, and he makes it a much smaller meter. We'll showcase some of those in this video as well. But my point though is, with any contact dunk at all, why is this wide open dunk meter smaller? Not to mention, I'm showing ones that I missed in that aspect as well, or just mistimed. You can see someone quit really early in this 1v1 gameplay, so I just decided to use this as a little bit of a test or a showcase of what I'm talking about for the video. So this one right here, I like elongate the dribbling a little bit to try and get this contact dunk to pop off. And as you can see, meter so much bigger, way bigger meter right here, and compared to the wide open dunk on the possession before this, as we're going to showcase to you again, look at this. This is unbelievable. And we're going to get a side-by-side screenshot real quick of me literally jumping over someone and then getting a contact dunk and the difference between them. But again, unbelievably bigger meter for this contact dunk than the open. And again, I will say I have slash take activated in this clip right here with 99 driving dunk on a build that probably only has around 70 interior defense or something like that. So I hope I'm not biased in saying I think this is a pretty reasonable meter size for a contact dunk on a 99 driving dunk build with literally like gold on all types of different finishing badges between poster, slithery, limitless takeoff, fearless finisher. I know some of them don't apply to dunking, but either way, you get my deal. So anyway, this right here, I kind of tweeted at Mike Wang right here, talking about this in a vid tomorrow. Tomorrow is today. A dunk of me literally jumping over somebody is a bigger make window than a 100% wide open. The open dunk meters are way too small for how easy a dunk they're supposed to be at Mike Wang. This is with 99 dunk parentheses takeover activated. So again, side-by-side pictures, you can see this one that's wide open, significantly smaller than the actual contact dunk of me jumping over this dude who's about 6'9" for that matter. And in this one right here, obviously, like you see, they're both cold in both pictures. And again, this is a wide open dunk with a dunk meter. Now, let's talk about the responses to this a little bit. As you can see, a little bit of interaction right here, 120 likes, actually no retweets or anything like that, but some people are in very big agreement with this on me, and it's really crazy, and I think we can all agree. It's pretty stupid that a wide open dunk has less of an opportunity of going in than a contact, however you slice that, but there are a couple disagreements that I cannot wait to show you guys. Alright, so in response to this right here, essentially, I am saying that what it seems like he's saying to me, as far as his lack of caring or concern for the fact that this is clearly a disparity of dunking difficulty that shouldn't be in the game, whether we're talking about this being way too hard, just point blank period, I don't think that's really the case. I think these are still plenty makeable. I'm just saying it's unbelievably stupid to have a contact dunk easier to make than a wide open dunk. And his rebuttal to this is pretty much to talk about, why are you even using a contact dunk meter wide open? Who are you getting contact with? This is literally a dunk meter, point blank period. It's not a contact dunk meter, first and foremost. I think that's really stupid. This guy actually does agree with me. You know, I'm not gonna go into the whole stuff that he's saying toward the bottom here. I think some of this stuff is just personal problems, so to say, with like playing the game. But anyway, he's in agreement here, talking about he's pointing out issues in the game which don't make sense, and that is clearly the case. I mean, if you have 99 dunk active right here, I think this is a pretty unreasonable like difficulty to make a dunk when I could just hold my X button and it would go in 100% of the time. It's very unreasonable if you ask me, when you really like sum it up like that, if you get what I'm saying. And my rebuttal to this as well was him saying, like, his lack of caring about something like that is pretty much saying, well, then let's just start making contested hooks, layups, and threes easier to make than opens too while we're at it, because clearly that's exactly what's being said here. Apparently a wide open three, quote unquote, should be harder to make than a contested three over here. Really stupid logic if you ask me. And again, this is gonna go deep right here. You got a lot of replies, and you can read all this stuff if you want. Again, this is him talking about, like, once again, he just keeps on asking, why would you use a contact dunk wide open? I'll go through a clip real quick to show you why, actually, for that matter. But Anyway, what logic is that? There are certain badges that help contact dunks, not many help wide open, so what's so hard to get? I make the shooting rebuttal once again, talking about, oh, so if I run Deadeye, Blinders, and Guard Up, that makes me shooting contested threes easier than shooting opens, because that's what you're trying to say here with Slithery, Posterizer, and all types of stuff like that. So I'm definitely like being very triggered right here, 100%. But anyway, again, now he's just asking contact dunks are not for wide open. What don't you understand? Again, this is a dunk meter, and I'll show you some clips of why I say that. Alright, so the very next clip in this little reel that I had right here, I wanted to showcase this one because I end up getting blocked on a green, for that matter, on a wide open dunk meter, and it's even more frustratingly stupid right here. So again, I am going for this because I'm under the impression that there is a potential chance that I have to go for a contact dunk. Now, I'll be realistic with this. I could have easily just quick dropped this one. The other problem is I want to do fun things as well, if we're being realistic. I mean, the problem with that, though, is once again, now we get to the whole Baluba conversation and Mike Wang. We need to up these quick drops, my man. We need to up the requirements for these front clutches, quick drops, all that stuff. It's so stupid. I've never seen anybody in real life actually just literally quick drop. That's the stupidest animation I've ever seen in this video game, for that matter, and it doesn't simulate anything to do with real basketball. And again, if you're talking competitive balancing, it's so unbalanced to give people the best dunk in the game for only 80. Can you imagine if they gave the best SIGs in the game 100%, like giving Curry slide and stuff like that to dudes with 80 ball handle or something, or the Trae Young like size of escape package, anything like that? It'd be unbelievably stupid. And you know how many point guards would revolt at something like that? It'd be unreal. So to give quick drops and front clutches to people with 80 is competitively unbalanced. Now I understand they look unathletic, they look super like simple and basic to do, but it doesn't change the competitive balancing of that. And again, I think we're going to be stuck in this 2K Stone Age forever with this dunking stuff, and people rim run ISO wing off the fact that you have to respect their three-pointer super high. Then when you do, like for instance, if he plays me even tighter right here, if I can actually shoot that ball from the top and I can just quick drop every single time. I'm sure you guys have seen it plenty of times. It's going to be so easy for you to get past him, and once again, then why even use your dunk meter if it's going to pop up this freaking small when you can just hold up on your stick the entire time? Now the problem with this, in my opinion, is that if it's this small, that's such the problem. I mean, that's the obviously one we're here to talk about in the video, but the point of it is essentially me saying I think they should just open up the window on these open dunk meters right here. If I just hold my X button, I'll make this dunk 10 times out of 10 as long as he doesn't block it. Whereas if I'm doing up down on my right stick with a super complicated like set of combos and stuff like that, or I maybe decide to hold up on my right stick to be able to get the flashy dunk for the takeover progress, whatever the case may be with it, I just think it's really stupid that I'm so limited in this makeability. And even for that matter, I green it on this smaller meter and it gets blocked. So at the end of the day, was there any point in me doing anything than holding up on my right stick and just going for a quick drop? Probably not. And to be fair, that's the point that the other guy is making in the Twitter like post, is that like competitively, why would you just not hold up on your right stick right here? And I do understand. I do believe though, like in some situations, if he just reacted faster or didn't have his hands up right here, I thought I was under the impression that it's going to have to be a contact dunk because he's already kind of ready to run with me, but he's running mad slow and ends up like completely out of position. Still, once again, like I said, blocks that wide open dunk meter. So real unfortunate. But anyway, now we're gonna go ahead and showcase some contact dunks, and once again, way bigger dunk meter right here, so much more makeable. I still hit the green with it once again. Slash take definitely goes crazy. I have been eventually running lock take. Now let's talk about something else that deals with a meter. So this stupid, toxic, unbelievably easy thing to do right here, post hooking. Now people think this has been patched. I've still seen Tonic come out here in green crazy hooks, got the stage kids crying and raging, stuff like that. And it's still really, really good at shooting contested and especially open. And here's the deal. If we're talking me doing something that at least requires some skill, a little bit, like you have to still release the ball. For ones that are a little bit further away from the hoop, it's obviously a little less ridiculously like easy. Obviously, I'm just putting the ball in the hoop from like literally a couple inches away from the basket. So that's not really my whole point. But as you can see from this close, look at how gigantic this meter is. It's unbelievably easy compared to that wide open dunk meter. And regardless of how you slice it, I still have 99 close shot on this, and I have 99 dunk on the other build too, between takeover being active with the post and then takeover being active with the slasher as well. So anyway, through this clip, we are going to just pretty much, I think, get a stop here. He shoots the ball, misses, I get the ball back, we're back in the post with it, and again, a little bit further out, but once again, you can see how gigantic this meter is. It's unbelievably easy to make. This is like like probably 5 times easier than that wide open dunk. Not to mention, you don't even get the same animation with the dunks. For all you know, when you go for an open dunk meter, it could be one of like 7 different animations. Depends on how many you have active or how many you actually have selected. And with that said, you have to also adjust for if it's an open dunk versus a contact dunk on the timing. There's a little bit more delay on the contact dunks as well compared to the wide open dunks. And again, you have to adjust on your meter. It's smaller wide open than it even is contested or contact dunking. So again, this right here, as that post hook stuff, is unbelievably easy. I cannot believe like I was sleeping on how easy this truly is to actually make and do. Now, the one rebuttal I will give to dunking is that you can make whites. With hooks and stuff like that, the whites are probably not dropping quite as much. With the hooks, you have to green. With the jump shots, you have to green. So I am 100% under the impression of me saying in this video, I don't think you need to buff contact dunks by any means. I don't think at all this needs to be any easier to do because I can still make whites with it. And it's under a logic of like last year and previous years of 2K where whites do go in, but you don't constantly just get greens every single time. So it is unfortunate because in this like aspect of shooting in 2K this year, people green so easy and so often. And the problem with it is, you know, it kind of gives off the impression of like really good skill stuff, right? But then when I make a white on this dunk meter right here, I'm doing something that's unskilled because I have so much like lenience and variety and just like variable ability to just make something that isn't perfectly timed. The problem is I am timing it well. Like this being in that green meter is still good timing. I would love to see people who diss this style right here hop on this build and actually do it themselves and constantly, consistently deal with the animation BS that you do have to deal with. And again, I'm not saying it's like the hardest thing in the world by any means, but there is still plenty of difficulty to it. And again, these open dunks, they really do not play. It really is crazy. And again, like, come on, bro. I mean, I'm literally putting this guy in the rim and it's like crazy contact dunk and the meter is literally all the way out to here. Whereas if we come back to this open one again, midget meter, super small, unbelievably so much harder than a contact dunk for no reason. It's wide open. It's literally wide open. This logic does not apply to hooks. It does not apply to fades on the mid-range. It doesn't apply to layups. It doesn't apply to literally three-pointers. Nothing. Just contact dunk meter. Or sorry, that's actually what the dude was saying in the Twitter clip. This is literally just a dunk meter. I'm wide open. This should be like literally all the way down to here probably, in my opinion. What I've been pretty much trying to say throughout the whole course of this video is that these open dunks should either be as easy as these contacts or even easier. I think baseline as easy. Like that should literally just be point blank period. There's no reason a contact dunk should be easier to make than a wide open dunk. That's as simple as that. So that's our baseline at the very least. I think open dunks should at least be out to the exact same range as a contact dunk. Really stupid in my opinion to think anything else. And if you do think anything else, it would be for this to be easier on a wide open dunk. I know like right now I'm dunking on a dude, so don't understand me saying this as like right now it should be all the way down to here. I'm more so saying that this wide open one that I took right here should at least be down to like right here or like right about there. It's unreasonable to think that like this dunk meter should just be so small on something that's wide open. But again, there are people who disagree. There are people who think that why would you use something that's meant to be contested dunking if you're not going to be contested on it? I get it. I understand like where people are coming from with that, but it's still stupid. It's very stupid logic to sit here and think that an open dunk should be harder to make with your dunk meter than a contact dunk. So let me know what you guys think. We'll go ahead and let some of these last clips play out right here. Again, really crazy contact on that one. And again, you do make whites, so I don't expect like that whole green bar to be a green window by any means. And again, you can see there are very hard ones. I really, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, I really do think I make this stuff look kind of easy when making a dunk like this is extremely hard. It's like you have a very small window to be able to make something like that. So don't just see that and expect that it's like the easiest thing you've ever seen. Again, to green a meter that small is once again extremely hard to do. So anyway, last couple of clips right here, you're gonna see I'm going for a contested one again. These are ones that I do miss sometimes as well. And it's not something that just works every single time by any means. And it's still very hard to do, and I have thousands of reps already with this dunk meter in this game. I'm guessing if you're watching this video, you might have not even 100. reps with this dunk meter for that matter. Even if you made a build with dunking, you're probably just quick dropping or holding your X button for contact dunks, or you're maybe one of the very few rare people who do follow the channel and maybe you're in the slasher community a little bit more and you do use your contact dunk meter, and you probably feel the same way as what I'm saying here for most of this stuff, or you're like that other guy who just completely disagrees with everything and thinks that wide open dunk meter should be extremely small and it's like way too easy and you're crying for no reason. So anyway, that's all for video. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on the noties, all good stuff. Like always, try to 2,000 likes, and if you made it to the end of the video, put dunk in the comment search, support me all the way through. And again, feel free to leave your feedback on this one. I'd love to hear people's rebuttals. I kind of laugh at them more than anything though, because they're really stupid. If you really do think that this is reasonable, that open dunks should be harder to make than contact dunks, but again, that's just my opinion. But anyway, again, feel free to let me know what your opinion is on this stuff, and other than that, I hope y'all enjoy it, man. Take it easy. Peace.